The background to this webinar is that recent health and safety legislation changes in Australia and indeed in New Zealand mean that corporations must take a far more active approach to managing the risks associated with corporate travel or risk criminal prosecution. To cover the topic today and to give us a guidance, we have Alana Titterton and Tony Ridley.
So reasonable practicability is something that's been kicking around in case law for over 100 years as something called the calculus of negligence. And that's exactly what it is. It's really a calculation. And it has a definition in the WHS Act as follows. Reasonably practicable in relation to duty to ensure health and safety means that which is or was at a particular time reasonably able to be done in relation to ensuring health and safety, taking into account and weighing up all relevant matters, including and those things which are reasonably practicable on the one hand with those things that aren't. And we'll go next slide. So those things that are reasonably able to be done to ensure health and safety by firstly looking at the likelihood of the hazard or the risk concerned occurring, secondly the degree of harm that might result from the hazard or the risk, together with the knowledge that you have or that's available about the risk and how you can mitigate that risk. So that's elimination or minimisation of risk. So you can see that the definition of reasonable practicability actually includes risk management, and that risk management is required to be done in accordance with the hierarchy of controls. So it's looking at the things that are reasonably practicable and weighing them up against the things that aren't reasonably practicable through assessing the availability of means of eliminating or minimising the risk, so that's whether you actually can do something about it, and then, and only then, so very last step in the process in this regard is prescribed by the Act, you can then consider the cost associated with the available ways of eliminating or minimising the risk, including whether the cost is grossly disproportionate to the risk concerned occurring. Okay, so that's reasonable practicability, and that really closes out what I wanted to say about the organisational duties.